And of course, we have our beautiful race birds with, look at the cruise ships in the background. That's another nice backdrop, isn't it? As the race birds are getting ready to go. It is finals time. There are 2 finals, and you will have one, then you will switch pilots, and you will flip starting lanes as well. So there's a lot on the line here, obviously.
I love this element about the series, that it's a team event. It's the combined result from both drivers, and only one of those pilots can be, you know, from powerboat racing. So it's really about learning together and both moving up, you know, together, getting all the learning right.
Yep, it's a team sport, and it's really crucial to have that wonderful communication and you know, working with the engineer as well to work out these brand new tech boats. I mean, everything is a huge learning curve here, but one with such implications for the future here. So let's take a look now at the lineups for the final grid, and here we go. Some absolutely spectacular racing. We are going to have, it will be Lucas Ordonez for Westbrook Racing will be starting off in this final. Then it will be Sam Coleman for Team Brady. Timmy Hansen will be launching off for Team Brazil, and Team Drogba will launch with Youssef El Abdul Razak. And what a competition this is going to be. And let's learn a little bit more about the newest team in the competition is Westbrook Racing. Missed the opening round in Jeddah, but have arrived here and delivered some serious messages with some stunning runs by both of their pilots. Lucas Ordonez and Sarah Price have been executing, and Lucas will be taking off in this race. Can't wait to see what he's going to do. Team Brady, of course, the points leaders coming in here, and that has been a huge story, and they had a rough ride to get into this final, and it will be the very experienced Sam Coleman bringing them around here in this first race. A world powerboat champion, winner along with his teammate Emma at the Jeddah GP. So they've got to be considered somewhat of a favorite, but Team Brazil has been so impressive here as well. This is the one owned by Marcelo Claret, and a great story here. Timmy Hansen will be taking off here, and in his qualifying run and in his semifinal run has put in some absolutely superb racing for the 2019 World Rallycross champion. And then, of course, Team Drogba. And what a mix they have behind the wheel here. We will be starting off with a extremely talented multiple aquabite world champion, Youssef El Abdul Razak. The Razak Attack is what some of his friends name him. And of course, Oban Duncan has been remarkable in how she's answered the call a few times. And speaking of answering the call, this track has proved to be somewhat diabolical, almost.
They've got better and better at it, but it's certainly been a challenge. It is really narrow, confined to the channel here in the Venice Lagoon. So really tight turns required at each end, but the start and finish line, Greg, right off the Ocean Club with all the VIPs, it could not be more spectacular.
Yeah, and that beautiful palace, which then became a monastery and now is a top-tier hotel. And now let's quickly check in with Laura Winter.
Oban, moments before Grand Final 1, talk me through the emotions.
We're absolutely delighted to be in the final, but we know as a team that we've got a job to do now, so we just want to get out there and smash the next 2 races.
Good luck for you when you get in there. Thanks so much.
I love that. We just have to get out and smash things and get after it here. She understands, as does Youssef El Abdul Razak here as he is ready to go. There is Tom Brady, obviously all in on this one. This is going to be fascinating, and he's going up against, of course, Team Drogba, Team Brazil, and Will Smith of Westbrook Racing. They've left the milling zone. First time now we're going to see 4 boats in this final here, and they are coming up to the line. It is the count now to 10, and now 6, 5, 4. Who gets the best start? From what lane? Certainly looks like Timmy Hansen and Team Brazil as we are bows up. And a nice start there, but from the outside, here comes Lucas Ordonez. Noses ahead. Sam Coleman coming right with him for Brady. Now, Team Brady, Coleman easy squeezes away here just a little bit, jumped into the lead, and Youssef Al Abdul Razak kind of hit some rough stretch on the inside. And this is really tricky here. 4 boats now turning in to this first hairpin. And so far, Shirley, everybody doing a brilliant job. Look at that. Coleman on the inside, Ordonez on the outside shoulder, neck and neck. And now we add the boats from the inside as well. Timmy Hansen, what an inside. Look how close they are, Shirley.
Sam Coleman was smooth. He didn't nail that start, but really, really smooth driving. But remember how fast the Westbrook Racer pilot, Lucas Ordonez, was.
But he just had a moment. He got squeezed and he had to go outside of that merge, Smart Mark. Lost some time as a result. Now gets up on the boost, trying to make up a little of that time back as he has slipped from a competitive second. Oh, an incredibly rough ride for Lucas. And you can see him looking around, making sure that he's not going to be in contact with any of his competitors. But it has suddenly gone a bit wrong for him. For Sam Coleman, really impressive now as he starts the first full lap. But what an opening lap for these race birds.
Well, they were winners in Jeddah. Sam Coleman's been frustrated all weekend. Actually, his co-pilot had to do the heavy lifting here in the semi-finals, and he is really showing everyone that he is pretty special.
And looking at this battle here with Team Drogba and Westbrook Racing, and after that really rough ride, Lucas Ordonez has seemed to have checked up just a little bit, and now he's going to have to find something here and put in one. He's got to do, you know, a really fast time, because if there is a countback, it goes to the time. So that's crucial. And 2, he's just got to get after it and make up some spots here. However, Timmy Hansen is keeping Sam Coleman close. The margin just a little bit over 5 seconds. And Team Drogba right now, Youssef Al Abdul Razak has decided do the long lap, maybe get some clean water, if you will, some smooth water. But we're going to go back and show you what happened with Lucas Ordonez here. Watch it here, Shirley, as he kind of gets squeezed there, has to move, and watch what happens.
Oh, I mean, he did the right thing. There was going to be a collision. He had to stay out of the way, and that was absolutely the safest thing to do. But look how much of a loss it was. He's still porpoising. It's like a tank slap in a motorbike. It's so slow.
And now Lucas Ordonez has worked his way back into the third spot at least, but a long ways off of Timmy Hansen, who's now dropped a few more seconds off of Sam Coleman. And right now, that Team Brady Racebird has its own way here, 9 seconds plus to the good here. And then you can see Timmy Hansen sitting in second. There is Didier Drogba and willing on Youssef Al Abdul Razak here, trying to find some pace, trying to get back after it here. There you see the bottom of the screen. That's Lucas Ordonez for the Westbrook Racing team, as he has reclaimed that that third spot. But up front, Sam Coleman, very accomplished, obviously, and he is doing a superb job up front. He stretched that now to just over 10 seconds. And those margins are crucial, because when you do that long lap, it changes a little bit, but it's around 15 seconds that you lose. And oh, I was wondering about this when that little move, when Sam Coleman went over and squeezed Ordonez. We are getting confirmation Team Brady will be getting a second long lap penalty. They will have to do 2 long laps because of that move. It sort of impeded another competitor, and I was wondering if that might be coming up here, Shirley.
Yeah, that was a good shout by the international jury. They were overlapped, and there's no way he should have pushed him off the course. So a good spot there. But now Sam Coleman is left with a lot to do.
A lot to do, and he doesn't have enough margin at this stage for 1 long lap to be successful. But we'll see with 2. But we know he's got huge reserves of speed, and they'll get on the radio to him and they'll say, Sam, leave nothing out there. You have got to go. And it looks like he's going to answer that call. He's going right for the first of those long lap penalties. And that's wise, because we've seen that drop a little bit. And I think they're getting around that now by about 10 seconds. They've been able to figure out how to trim about 5 seconds off of that delta we started with on the weekend. And he's going to come back out and still have a handy little margin. So now he just has to, again, drop the hammer. Hansen has done his long lap. Lucas Ordonez, though, has not yet made that long lap run. You have to do one for each boat within this 5-lap race. But, again, for Team Brady, they're going to have to muster another one up.
What an opportunity for Timmy Hansen from Brazil. They've taken their long lap. They finished 8th in Jeddah, and here they are fighting it out for the lead in this final here in Venice. So impressive. Timmy Hansen, of course, he's an Extreme E driver. This is not his familiar environment.
And you can see Lucas Ordonez there for Westbrook heading down into that south hairpin. And already we are seeing Timmy Hansen coming up on him. And Lucas Ordonez has not yet done his long lap run. So, you know, add 10 seconds essentially to where Lucas is right now. And Timmy Hansen, you know, needs to be a little careful because at some point here, and it's got to come relatively soon, Lucas is going to have to take that long lap. But Coleman now, he has stretched that margin over Lucas Ordonez, and he has just set a very fast first sector. So he's got enough in time here. He might be able to do the second long lap, which he is taking right now. And look, he's going to come back through the merge. He will still be in the lead. This is amazing speed from Sam Coleman.
That is phenomenal driving from Sam Coleman. He's a really experienced, world-class powerboat racer, but not on a tight track like this. And his racecraft has been off the scales.
Yeah, he has just turned a 25.7 first sector. That is really quick. And you can see Lucas Ordonez taking the long lap for Westbrook Racing. He is going to resume in, well, this is going to be a drag race because Youssef Al Abdul Razak for Team Drogba squared that last buoy up and got to the throttle well. But Ordonez just enough in front. He'll slot into third. And here we go. Sam Coleman for Team Brady through the south hairpin and making his way to the start line. 2 long lap penalties and still a fairly comfortable win. Team Brady, it's been a challenge for them at every point, but they continue to come through with great performances. He wins, and he will get max points. And in the finals, you're assigned points at the end of the 2 runs. They are tallied up. And the highest point score, that is the champion. If there is a tie, it goes to count back on fast laps. And he put in some blisteringly quick laps there as well. Here comes Timmy Hansen through for second. And Lucas Ordonez, what a rough race he had. You know, he had to evade around that yellow smart mark. And at the same time, you've got those wooden pilings out there that define where the channel markers are, and he had to sort of thread that needle. Did a nice job of it, but it cost him a lot of time. And for Team Drogba, Youssef Al Abdul Razak, not too far off of Ordonez. It was a really close race. Hansen, Ordonez, and Youssef Abdul Razak were covered by only about 10 seconds. It was that close. So impressive stuff. And look at Emma and look at Tom. They were just, whew, that is way too much of a challenge to do it that way. But they had to come through that playoff to get here, didn't they? I mean, it's that close.
So often in sport, if you take the hard route, you're so fired up. You know, you're so ready for it by the time you get to the final that often it plays out. And we saw the relief on Sam Coleman's teammate, Emma Canalen. I mean, oh yeah, it's her next, but she has been on fire the last 2 days. Quickest in qualifier, performed in that playoff when she really had to.
Well, and that's the sign of a championship winning team and championship caliber drivers is when something goes awry, if they answer the call. And every time Emma has needed to do it, she has. Every time Sam has needed to do it, he has, like he just did here. And I'm looking a 1:26.109 best lap. Boy, if it goes to count back, he just did that Team Brady outfit a huge favor. There's no question about that here. So, wow. This has been a compelling first final here in the Venice GP. We have another one to go, but this is going to be a tough one to beat in terms of drama. And there's been so much drama here. Let's take a look now at the results. And here are the results from the first final. Youssef Al Abdulrazak for Team Drogba got caught in the wake of the other boats and just didn't have speed. Lucas Adonias for Westbrook was battling for the lead, got squeezed, had to avoid a buoy, and drops to third with a hard fight back to that position. Timmy Hansen on form for Team Brazil, but Sam Coleman absolutely just rocketed off into the distance when he needed to set a very low lap, thinking ahead to a potential, obviously, count back to a tiebreaker. And once again, Team Brady, with some drama, ends up on top, came in as the points leaders, fighting to stay there. And as we can see, some of the entertainment unfolding down in the Ocean Club. Right now, let's get down to Laura Winter and find out just what that race was like.
We are speaking to Emma Kimmelainen, who's checking her heart rate on her wrist because it's, what, 126 right now? How nervous are you after being put in the best possible position by Sam Coleman?
I'm just so proud of Sam. He executed that unbelievably great. 2 long laps and still finished first. Yeah, just keep the pressure piling on our team. We'll deliver when we need to, and now it's up to me to deliver as well. Yeah, oh my God. I'm feeling it. It's great.
I'm feeling it radiating off you as you know, as I'm just standing here. They say that pressure is a privilege, though, and you've been in situations like this before. Yeah. What is your approach in the next sort of, however long we've got until the next final? How will you prepare?
Well, I've got to be here. I'm just gonna breathe deeply. I'm gonna, you know, regroup, think what I can, and then just gonna perform. That's it.
That's it. Best of luck, Emma. Thank you.
That's it. That's it. That's all we need to do. It's been set for us here. And Emma's got to walk this one off, and I'm sure Sam Coleman is going to be pinging a lot when he climbs out of that boat. And boy, are we seeing a display of E1 technology from these race birds, what they can do up on the foil, minimizing weight damage, minimizing noise, and still putting on some exceptionally exciting racing, and doing it with Venice as a backdrop. It is truly a spectacular World Championship with world-class venues and immensely competitive performances.
Well done.
Get it done.
Wow, look at this. Sam Coleman out of the boat and giving the fist pump. He is absolutely jazzed here as some of the safety equipment comes off here. But let's go take a look at a couple of the highlights from this first final. And it looked like an absolutely superb start here from Timmy Hansen for Team Brazil. Had that lane. Then on the outside, Ordonez and Al Abdulrazak dropping the hammer. But there comes Sam Coleman just absolutely clocking it here and moving into the lead.
Yeah, a nice safe start, taking no risks, and really accelerated when he had to, and he got that inside line at the sharp turn at these first marks. I mean, beautifully done, and really hectic with the 4 boats on the course. This is requiring some real skill.
But there was when Coleman kind of eased over and sort of forced Lucas Ordonez in the Westbrook Racing boat, and that was nervous times because they had to go outside of that yellow safe mark and smart mark, but avoid those wooden pilings. And as a result, he had to check up a little bit and went from 2nd to 4th just that fast.
Sam Coleman penalized for that, and now he was playing catch up. He had a penalty, and he had to drive fast.
And man, did he. He was able to do a long lap and then build enough margin to do a second long lap and still come out with the lead, and knowing that there may be, you know, a count back and it all comes down to the best lap time on the count back. He dropped the hammer on his final lap and uncorked a 1-minute 26.109 lap, and that's one of the fastest race laps that we have seen from anybody out there. So he, like we've talked about, answered the call.
Right side of the yellow buoy because it squeezed me down.
Is there a more special place than Venice? I'd be hard-pressed to think about one. Whether it's daylight, or late afternoon, and the water just comes alive in many different ways here. But this is a spectacular venue, and looking forward to another final unfolding in this one in the beautiful canals of Venice. All right, the clock has started. The boats are now leaving the area where they just sort of mill about a little bit. Lane 1, Team Rafa. Lane 2, Team Miami. Lane 3, Aoki Racing. Lane 4, Team Blue Rising. And look at the names that are team owners in this. Some of the greatest sporting and entertaining names ever. Here we go, coming up to the line. Who gets the launch? Bows out. We are racing, and once again, that inside, Chris Lazaraga looked like she had timed it perfectly, but now Michelle Levidan for Aoki Racing getting a great start and then splitting them right up the middle. Eric Stark playing it to perfection for Team Miami, jumps into the lead right before they get into that crucial turn-in point. Man, did he nail that. That was perfect execution for Eric Stark.
He was patient, wasn't he? He didn't have the best start, but he really was very selective about where he pressed that boost button and flew right on by just in time to get the inside and that turn.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed close, and when they started to drop off of the foils, he said, that's my moment. And now you see some jostling for position here, looking for clean, undisturbed water is what they're doing here. So Eric Stark has that lead, but I'll tell you, Chris Lazaraga is doing a beautiful job for Team Rafa. It's only 1.6 seconds, and it's even less than that. She's got it down to under a second here as we get to the south hairpin. She's incredibly close, but now she's got to be in the wake as they get to turn in, and it's all going to be a matter of visibility and how well you get out of that corner. This is compelling stuff, Shirley. She lost a bit of ground.
Yeah, it looked all right just until that final turn, and the hull dropped into the water.
And whenever that happens, you know, water is very dense, obviously, and the least amount of body work you can have touching the water is everything, and that will be costly. I mean, that cost her right there about 3 seconds. So now she's just got to dig deep and find it. She had a wickedly fast first sector, fastest of anybody out there. But now Eric Stark, he is going to be tough to beat with the least disturbed water. I'm not going to say undisturbed water because there's a lot of traffic out there. The wind may have picked up a little bit. It's got a little bit of chop out there, Shirley.
Yeah, the wind has picked up. The tide has turned, and also what a difference another boat has made. It feels really congested.
On board here with Mark Anthony's Team Miami and Eric Stark. You can see up there, boost ready. He's not into it yet. And, you know, that's part of it. You get 20 seconds of boost, then you have to let it recharge for another 40 seconds. So you want to hit the boost when it will be of the highest benefit. And sometimes, if you're in a little bit of chop, it may not be what you want because it can destabilize the boat on the foil just a little bit. At least it certainly seems like that's what we've been seeing. Look at him just up on that foil beautifully. You can almost see the prop at times just along like glass here. And Lazaraga hanging in there, only 17 seconds back. But it's just so choppy, and if you're not used to dealing with that, that's got to, you know, be a little bit line bending for you at times.
He's looking good, Eric Stark, isn't he? I mean, he's, as you can see, you can see the prop. And if you get that boat high, if you ride high, it takes a little bit of confidence and a finesse with the elevators, but really strong driving.
Yeah, I mean, look how balanced he is. He's got very little change in the trim. You know, 0.3, 0.4 is all. You know, we've seen others at 1.2, you know, that kind of thing. So doing a really nice job. Had a nice shot there of Mark Anthony. Even though this is only going for 5th place points, it's a race, and his race bird is leading. And that just energizes him in any possible way. Now look at the lead that Stark, that's what 22.5 seconds looks like on this track. Stark already heading into the south hairpin as Chris Lazaraga is just getting to the north hairpin. This has been a dominant run for Eric Stark. Out of the gate, Michelle and Chris look really, really strong, but then Eric Stark just dropped the hammer here.
Eric Stark is probably the most experienced powerboater in all of the pilots. So he's going to be frustrated. You can sense here he just wants to do a perfect, perfect race. And you know, reset for the next event.
And he races, you know, at the highest level of powered power boating in terms of internal combustion engines. Formula One, he's a multi-time Formula 2 champ. So, you know, this is completely new for him, but the principles remain the same in many ways. And one thing he's not at all concerned with is speed. He's comfortable going fast. Look at him arc this turn. Minimal spray up on that cockpit, and boom! Up on that foil. That was beautiful.
He came right that corner with the boost on. That's something we haven't seen a lot of. They're trying some new things, these pilots.
Yeah, I think he's having some fun out there as he takes the checker flag and wins the place race. That's 5th place points. And these guys came in second in the points, Team Miami. So those 5th place points could be huge as this race to Long Kong and the season unfolds. Chris Lizarraga coming through, picking up the points for the 2nd spot in the place race, which is 5 points toward the championship, 7 for the winner of the place race. Here comes Michele Lovedan for Aoki Racing, and bringing it through, grabbing a nice 3rd place finish. And for Team Blue Rising, Lia Kussain Battaglia coming home in that 4th spot. And look at that, I mean, really good around that corner. It's just that she got caught early, didn't get the greatest start, and as a result was caught in the wakes, and it just actually, you know, just slowed her progress down, but nicely done there. So fabulous run, obviously, for Eric Stark, earning maximum points for Team Miami. All right, let's take a look at the official results of the place race here at Venice. Lia Kussain Battaglia bringing it home for Team Blue Rising in the 4th spot. 3rd place, Michele Lovedan for Aoki Racing. Team Rafa's Chris Lizarraga bringing it home in 2nd. And Eric Stark, an absolutely superb run for Team Miami and Mark Anthony. They are elated, understandably so, and very important points. The magic of Venice, it comes in so many shapes and forms, doesn't it? A gondola ride on the canals, a water taxi to your favorite location, your favorite restaurant, your favorite hotel. All of it done on water. And there, the glorious San Marco Plaza, the St. Mark's Square, and the Campanile di San Marco, the beautiful bell tower. And then in the background, as you look at the bell tower, the Doge's Palace, the boat parade. When else would you possibly see competitive power boats on the inside canals of Venice? Only these, because they're electric and minimal wake. And look at the reception they got. Tom Brady here as a part of Tom Brady's race team, Team Brady, loving every minute of it here with the 2 co-founders and the Racebird designer there. And then Mark Anthony, one of the globe's most popular entertainers, and it turns out surely incredibly competitive.
He's been surprisingly competitive. It's been such a good energy. But you know, this city is renowned for centuries of innovation and design, and to me it just seems so fitting that we've brought the next generation of watercraft to be enjoyed here, and that we've been welcomed by Venice.
Yeah, the amazing technology they had to do so many centuries ago to build this city out on the water is absolutely remarkable. And now we come with maybe the next step in futuristic technology for competitive boating and motor boating. And it is absolutely superb with absolutely beautiful racebergs. It's going to be wonderful. And we have one more final to go here in the Venice GP.
To the dawn of a new era of competition.
I can't play football anymore. I need to compete, and I've got to win.
The margin of error in a sport like this, it's very small.
Let's go!
The beauty of this, there will only be one winner.
Be prepared for 2nd, 3rd, or 4th place, because we're going for the top.
I welcome you Let's go.
There, some of the magic unfolding in the Ocean Club here, and very close at hand is going to be Laura Winter, and she has found somebody very, very special to this championship, the chairman and co-founder, Alejandro Agag. Laura?
Alejandro, E1 is here in Venice. It looks absolutely spectacular. Can you describe your emotions at seeing your newest championship racing here?
Yeah, it's incredible to have the E1 championship here in Venice. Since the beginning, since we started thinking of creating a championship in the water for electric boats, we thought our destination, the place we want to really become a symbol, is Venice. And I don't think we would be here if these boats were not electric, but thanks to the mayor, Luigi Brunero, thanks to everyone, we're here, we made it.
You are here, and it looks absolutely brilliant as well. We've seen some fantastic racing too. That's really important, isn't it? How much are you looking forward to this grand final?
Well, the racing is really getting better and better every time, and we've had amazing competition, some surprises even with Westbrook making it to the final, Brady, we have Mark, who's behind the team, who just didn't make it for very little. Amazing racing, and we'll see who's the winner. Looking forward to it.
How much does it mean as well to have those team owners here alongside you, Didier Drogba, Mark Anthony and Tom Brady here?
Well, it's great to have the team owners. They actually, mean a lot for the whole championship. They amplify our reach. People realize we're here. And, two of them out of three here made it to the final, so really good.
It's going to be exciting. Thank you very much, Alejandro. Enjoy your afternoon.
Thanks. Good.
Alejandro is somewhat the master of all things E, and it has been remarkable what he's done this championship as well. Our final grid is setting off for this race. Team Drogba with Oban Duncan, Team Brazil with Katie Munnings, Team Brady with Emma Kymäläinen, and Westbrook Racing with Sarah Price ready to do battle. And here's a little bit of information on the pilot for Westbrook Racing here. They missed the opening round. They have less time in these beautiful racebirds than anybody else. And Sarah Price and Lucas Ordonez have been superb professional stunt women, including Jumanji 2, the next level. Team Brady, the points leader coming in. It has been a battle from the off for them to get into this final, but when they've needed to, they have dug deep. Emma Kymäläinen doing everything she needed to in a couple of these competitive moments and has ensured this team is in the final, hoping to extend a point lead. And for Team Brazil by the Clare Group, this has been a fabulous battle for them as well. And you can see Katie Munnings, she has maybe more E experience than anybody else out there, but it's all been on the road, not on the water, but she has proven to be a very quick study. And for Team Drogba, this is an interesting mix here, isn't it? We had Youssef Al Abdul Razak, a world champion jet skier, and 18-year-old Oban Duncan, 10-time British powerboat champion, was a champion at 9 years of age. And she comes in here with a very competitive and racecraft knowledgeable head on her shoulders.
I'm just so proud of Sam. He executed that unbelievably great. 2 long laps and still finished first. Yeah, just keep the pressure piling on our team. We'll deliver when we need to, and now it's up to me to deliver as well. Yeah, oh my God. I'm feeling it. It's great.
I'm feeling it radiating off you as,
It's just that fierce here. You can hear just how intense this is as we head into our last final. Shirley, here's the track.
Here's the track, really narrow in tight. The start and finish just off the Ocean Club. It's a great view, and it's straight to that first turning mark, T3, and then 4 laps. The 5th lap needs to be that longer lap, so really strategic when you want to do that. And these corners are tight. You really have to carve your way around it.
And with 4 boats, it's busier. With 4 racebirds, it's a more busy. Although the water looks to have calmed a little bit, that will help. Oh, and look at this. One of the boats, one of the racebirds sitting still in the background. Only 3 coming up. We are at 2, 1, 0. bows out. We are racing, and it looked like a tremendous start there for the Team Brady boat, but up and around the outside, some really good pace here for just a second there for Team Drogba, and now you can see just hit a little bit of wake, and I'm not talking about boat wake from the other competition. And Team Westbrook, the Westbrook Racing boat, still sitting there. Sarah Price, oh my goodness, beside herself. They have been such a standout in their first race and not getting to show it. And look at this beautiful run here around the inside. We have a drag race out of that first set of buoys up on the north hairpin. They are going after it here, and it is right now Emma Kymäläinen just marginally leading Open Duncan for Team Drogba, and not that far back is Katie Munnings. Do a beautiful job for Team Brazil. I'll tell you what, these women are putting on a spectacular show, and we have a full course yellow into the section. First one we've seen, and the boats, obviously, this is a little nerve-wracking because they're coming up right into that milling area where they would have set up, and the Westbrook Racing boat still sitting down there. Now they're through the, is it a full course or is it a station yellow? It looks like everybody is, well, it looks like it's, well, the graphic says full course. That's what we're going to go with. But these pilots are kind of keeping it up on the foil, aren't they?
The yellow course means you can't overtake and you have to proceed with caution. Perhaps it's because Sarah Price of Westbrook is on the track, so they're trying to clear her out the way. But phenomenal racing from these three women.
Oh, absolutely superb. And for Emma Kymäläinen, she's trying to make it a Team Brady sweep of these two finals. And again, we can't, talk enough about it's been a challenging weekend for Team Brady to step up into this, and so she's doing a great job. But Open Duncan is not going to give it up for Team Drogba. There they are, and if you look on the left, the combined standings right now, it would be Team Brady that would get the event win with Brazil in second. But Open Duncan now is starting to make some sounds. They are so close. Now Kymäläinen able to ease away just a little bit, and suddenly we are back to green. The course is open all the way now down into this tricky south hairpin, and it's one of those turns where you want to turn in a little bit late so that you can get the boat turned squared and then come out of that last smart mark and get to the hammer. And Emma Kymäläinen has just nailed that turn. And so Open Duncan now, I mean, in just that section alone, Open Duncan lost about 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it gets harder when you're behind another boat. We talked about the disturbed water, not just on the surface, but underneath on the foils. It gets really tiffy. But Emma Kymäläinen, she is faultless. I mean, I've not seen her make an error. It's so impressive every race.
Yeah, she has answered the call, as we have said. Now, Westbrook Racing is now underway, so Sarah Price, lap down, but is going to give it a go here. And a long lap penalty for Team Drogba for overtaking under the yellow, and that might be that little bit of inexperience maybe for Open Duncan at 18 years of age. She did that, so she's going to have to do 2 long laps, and she decides to do it right now, and that's a good thing because she's got enough margin here to be able to come out still clear of Katie Munnings for Team Brazil, and we'll still have some of the less disturbed track here, although maybe not. Katie Munnings really got a good run going there, and they've got themselves a bit of a race here on their own, don't they? And still Duncan up front, but now here comes Katie Munnings. We are getting some great video from these two cameras right on top of these race birds, looking across at each other, absolutely nose to nose here. This is spectacular stuff. Of course, up front, Emma Kymäläinen is continuing to drive away here, but look at this, and then this big lunge to the inside, getting to the buoys as Open Duncan runs that wide line, and Katie Munnings squares up here. This is fantastic stuff, Shirley.
It's so close, isn't it? We couldn't have asked for any more. I mean, slightly disappointing for the Drogba team. Open Duncan, that's pretty hard, the unforced error. Really disappointing because she is driving so well.
she came out of that last turn, again, behind Katie Munnings, and then she went to the boost and got that nose ahead. But Katie Munnings has replied and has gone back in front by 1/10 of a second, side by side, through almost 2 straight corners here. Spectacular. And Team Brady, Emma Kymäläinen now with that big lead. Smart, take that long lap. You're still going to have nice, smooth water relative to everybody else. And here comes the penalty long lap for Oban Duncan for Team Drogba. And once she clears this and comes back through the merge, we are going to be having really 2 laps to go. And she has to fly. And we got a report that Team Drogba quickly issued an appeal to and did a protest. It has been denied. And so things are as they are. What can Oban Duncan do to try and at least maybe salvage a 2nd place here?
I'm enjoying the masterclass from Emma Kymäläinen. It's so impressive. And she's just had a clean race. She hasn't got involved with anybody else. She's executed to perfection. This is a masterclass in E1 racing.
See the white flag fly back there. Look at those combined standings. Team Brady would get the win with Katie Munnings in 2nd. Team Brazil would end up with 2nd place points. Team Drogba 3rd. And of course, Westbrook Racing down a lap due to that problem at the start. They're still going to get 4th place points. So, you know, not a bad debut weekend. And they've showed everybody what they're going to be capable of. And Sarah, had she not had this issue, I think she'd be right in this battle for the win. They have been superb.
What a bounce from Brazil. They were last in Jeddah. They were almost written off. People were asking questions if they were going to be good enough, and they've certainly answered the critics, haven't they? I mean, what a performance to get on the, for sure, get on the podium here in Venice. So impressive, the learning from one event to the next.
Well, and they're one of the teams that don't have a marine racing pilot on here. It's 2 road racing and off-road racing pilots, and they have adapted so quickly, as you said, and have made it work. And Emma Kymäläinen looking so strong on this final lap. Sarah, just to make a point, has just set the outright fastest sector of this entire race. And I think now she's saying, well, I'm going to at least show we're fast if we're not in it for the win here. But Katie Munnings has solidified her hold. Obviously, Oban Duncan had to do that long lap, but Katie Munnings is running very competitive laps right now, and there's nothing Oban can do to close that up at all. There's the checkered flag. What a run by Emma Kymäläinen, Team Brady, after struggling at every point and having to go the long route, if you will, to make it to the final sweep. The 2 final races, Katie Munnings delivering a message for Team Brazil that, hey, don't look at Jeddah and think that's what we're all about. Team Drogba comes through and grabs 3rd. We know how good they are, especially, you know, Oban Duncan has been spectacular, but had that one little mistake here, and that's going to be a problem. And then Sarah Price will bring it home in the 4th spot for Westbrook Racing in their debut. Didn't run at Jeddah. They have less time in these race birds than anybody, and they have been absolutely superb. And you know, based on the combined standings right now, Westbrook Racing is going to get 3rd place points in their debut race with a problem in one of the finals. Hello and welcome, Westbrook.
Yeah, they've certainly said, hello, we're here, and we mean business. It's been so impressive to watch. I mean, a great team behind them. They have the GOAT of powerboat racing, Steve Curtis, working with them. And yeah, I mean, they're learning so quickly. Expect a lot more from this team as the season moves on.
Well, in many ways, a Will Smith-worthy superhero, action hero type of performance by Lucas Ordonez and Sarah Price doing some great stuff here. And just a shame that she had that problem, obviously. And look at that, the emotion for Emma Kymäläinen. Tears of joy on board the Team Brady Raceberg, dancing on the launch platform. How about this? Tom Brady comes down, and you know, when you've won 7 world championships, you don't necessarily get super animated, but you know inside, man, he's feeling it.
What a race.
Yeah, he understands sport and what it's like to deal with pressure. I mean, I wonder if he said anything before they went out. I'd certainly be taking advice from Tom Brady about performing under pressure. This is such a special moment, waiting for her to come in.
Yeah, without question. And yeah, I can't say enough. You know, you think about it, problems in the semifinals. Actually trying to appeal a penalty, didn't get it, and the like, and then coming back. And here we go. Sarah Price bringing Westbrook Racing around to complete her final lap. She wasn't going to come in and park it early. Look at that. You can see the frustration, but she showed some really good speed, particularly by almost a second faster than anybody else in that third sector. So, you know, that was her message. Look, that's purple. That means we've got pace. But it just, you know, smooth sailing or rough waters for Team Brady. Somehow they end up on top, and man, they are going to expand that first place points margin rather significantly here, Shirley.
This is such a good partnership. They're the same kind of people. They're really analytical, and Emma said they clicked from absolutely the get-go, and wow, what a unit they make.
And let's not forget the crews as Tom steps in to give Emma a massive hug. So well deserved. But these crews, you know, certainly the engineers, but the crews that actually maintain and work on these stunning race birds, you know, they do an incredible job. And there you can see a frustrated Sarah. But look at that. That is such a wonderful thing to see. Oh, and look at the champagne spray. Let's get down to Laura, as she has found Tom Brady. And he's right in the middle of these celebrations, Laura.
Tom Brady, probably the happiest man in Venice right now. Mark Anthony was yesterday. Today it's about you. Talk me through the emotions of seeing your team win here in Venice like that.
We love seeing our team win. It's a great team effort. Sam and Emma were incredible. The whole team, starting yesterday, so great to see them come out ahead like they did. We were kind of had to qualify for the final, and we did it, and they came through. It was incredible.
Yeah, they dug each other out of holes this weekend as well. Emma's been on fire. She was so nervous before that final. What is it about the winning Team Brady mentality, do you think?
It's all them. They're doing all the work, so just so proud of the team and everything they're doing. So off to a great start a few months ago today, and we just got to keep it going.
Finally, Tom, how impressed have you been with seeing E1 in action here in Venice?
So fun. Again, just what a venue. This has been an incredible weekend, and obviously to finish with a victory for all of us is something really special. So
thank you, Tom. Congratulations. Pleasure to see you here. Thank you very much.
Boy, I'll tell you, you know, as he said, you know, this one was a little bit tough, but look at Emma. She still has tears of joy there. And, you know, she just doesn't give up. And when they need her to do something, she does it, and they sweep. So here's how we ended up in the combined results for the two finals. Team Drogba ending up in fourth. Oban Duncan, Yusuf Al Abdul Razak really doing a stellar job. Westbrook Racing with Sarah Price and Lucas Ordonez in their first appearance in the series. Team Brazil, a huge rebound after Jeddah for Katie Munnings and Timmy Hansen. And Team Brady, back-to-back wins to kick the season off. This one coming the hard way, but still absolutely remarkable. So you've got to be pleased with the performances here by everybody we've seen. And Laura, speaking of being pleased, what a fabulous job. Laura has got another guest.
Fresh out of the boat, Emma and Sam are just checking they both look all right for the cameras. They're getting used to this winning thing. Emma, I'm going to come to you because you had to bring that one home. You were under so much pressure after you delivered, Sam. Your heart rate was through the roof before you even got in the race bird. Sum up the emotion now.
Oh my God, that was just mega. That was mega. There was so much happening during the race, and then I just wanted to reach Sam's level. I was like, I don't want to let my team down. I want to perform at my best, and then at the same time I knew, okay, I've had the speed and yeah, I've had it all weekend. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do my normal thing, and then we're going to be okay. But yeah, it was awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Awesome. Sam, I know, you know, your lap was compromised in qualifying. It's not been the smoothest weekend by your very own high standards. But in that final, when it mattered, you went out there and more than delivered, despite having, of course, to do the 2 long laps as well.
It's truly been a weekend of blood, sweat and tears. I mean, I busted up my nose earlier in the weekend. Yeah, it was such another roller coaster, you know. But it's a roller coaster because it's so competitive. It might have looked like we won by a lot, but everybody else is on it, and that's what makes it so tense and so hard, but also so exciting when we're here. It's like, I don't think we're going to get used to this.
No, I know.
Guys, 2 from 2. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Well done, Team Brady.
I just love the emotion that Emma shows, and you know, It's fantastic. Here are the results of both of the finals, and Team Brady, on top with Team Brazil in second, Westbrook in third, Team Drogba in fourth. There you can see the points. Now with that top run, then Team Miami, Team Rafa, Aoki Racing, Blue Rising, and Team Checo, of course, getting themselves at least 1 point here, and keeping after it here, no question about that. So that's how they earned the points here in this Venice GP. Let's take a look at the Race to Hong Kong series standings right now, and we'll take a look. And again, Team Brady should be expanding that championship lead substantially. They have a really handy lead at this point, and came in as the leaders, and of course putting together another very, very solid run, and opening those point championships up here. And of course, this is only round 2 of this true international world championship.
There are a magnificent 7 race locations on the E1 calendar, with round 1 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, already under our belts, before the waterways of Venice offered a unique backdrop to the future of electric racing. In just 3 weeks, E1 will touch down in southern Spain for round 3 in Puerto Banús, while June sees a switch to fresh water, with the action unfolding on Switzerland's stunning Lake Geneva. After that, the glitz and glamour of Monaco awaits, with E1 adding to the Principality's motorsport history. Round 6 will take place in Rotterdam, coinciding with the celebration of World Port Days. And then it's the season finale in Asia, as the race to Hong Kong reaches a climax against a spectacular skyline, and E1's champions of the water are crowned.
So the celebrations continue down there on the launch platform, and taking a look at the performances, I think Brady doing what they do, Brazil and Westbrook Racing, 2 of the big stories here. And look at the celebrations for Team Brady, going 2 for 2 in the finals and 2 for 2 for event wins.